Hi, welcome to Tetradical. I'm Sarah.
I'm Devin.
I'm Katie.
I'm Maddie.
And in this episode, we're going to be discussing the topics of abortion and serial killers. I'll just start off with abortion since I had that topic. My stance, I lean more towards the pro-life side, but at the same time, I feel like the government shouldn't involve themselves as much, and I don't think that making abortion illegal and not allowing people to get it and, the circumstances where it's needed should be the solution. So I don't think that it should, be just thrown aside altogether and then women aren't allowed to get it. At the same time, I do value the fetus's life.
For the abortion topic, I'm pro-choice. I feel like a woman's rights should not be taken away. And as long as the baby has not developed to the point where it can feel pain during this status, like during the abortion, I feel as though it should be entirely the mother's choice.
I'm kind of in between on the topic. I believe that women should have a choice due to medical reasons or if they were raped. But I don't believe they should just have a choice to where, I don't want to have a baby, so I choose not to.
I am pro-life on the stance, or on the subject of abortion. I believe that the fetus is a person as soon as there's a heartbeat.
Okay, so additionally in this episode, we're talking about serial killers. Nobody is trying to say that serial killers aren't murderers or that they're justified in what they're doing. The approach that we're taking is we're going to discuss why we think they've become serial killers. So my reasoning is I feel as though they do it to experience power and due to their biological needs.
I agree. I think it's due to their biology and how they are raised and how they are treated when they are a child.
I believe that as well, but I also think that they kill to have some kind of control in their life because most serial killers feel that they have lost control of many things in their lives, so they kill in order to control someone else.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that way, but I agree with that. And with how they were raised and just their mental health too, I think, taking that into consideration.
So for this episode, we are going to be discussing the effects of abortion on the person and the family, and then the effects serial killers have had, both for the serial killer and the families affected by their loved ones being murdered by serial killers.
So some reasons that people might choose to have an abortion could be rape, medical issues, finances, but I feel like the one that most of us think of would be rape. Many women, we could sympathize with the women who have been raped and choose to do that.
Yeah, I think rape, and in the case of if the mother's life is in danger. Those are the two I think of when I think of getting an abortion, not making it illegal and having it be necessary.
Okay, so now transitioning back to the topic of serial killers. Alright, so with serial killers, there is a massive shaping point during childhood that affects how they are able to express their emotion. So it would have been that nearly 70% of serial killers have been in abusive homes as children. Wow, that's crazy. So home life truly does affect the way people turn out. Yeah, it's been shown that part of the reason killers don't feel emotion is because they are desensitized due to their childhood. So what is it? Are they resentful to their past and lash out to be able to regain control? I've heard most serial killers have been known to have tortured and killed animals before they started killing. Why do you think that is? It truly depends on the person because research on the brains of killers and from interviews, it shows that there are set points at which neurons fire and serial killers feel the urge to kill when they exceed that rate. There are also signs related to a person's chromosomes that can tell if they would be predisposed. Then their home life also would have an effect. And yes, many of them kill animals first so they can release those urges they experience when their neurons fire quickly. At what point are animals not enough anymore? I believe it usually falls to convenience or passion. So if a killer has the opportunity to kill or is pushed to kill a person who angers him, then he will. And that is when an animal necessarily might not be enough anymore. I think it's just so interesting that someone can just snap just so quickly. That person can be pushed to the point where they think killing someone is what they absolutely have to do. Yeah, it's just awful, the effect that it has on the families of the victims. And they are usually people that they know or someone that they've been predisposed to, right? I feel like that depends on the person and timing. I feel like some are probably people that they know and they can be like crimes of passion, but I also feel like sometimes it can just be in the moment type of thing. Most serial killers are actually known to have a type, which is based off a person they know and who was their first victim, or the person that they most desire to kill. Wow, that's really scary. Is it usually a person that has abused or affected their life in a bad way? No, it could really just be anyone that has had effect on the person's life. That's just kind of scary to think that anyone for any reason can just become their type. No, I totally agree. I honestly think that it is so scary that anyone could just decide that they're going to kill you one day. You become their type, they kill people like you, possibly end up killing you. Like, I would just love to get inside a serial killer's brain and see what the heck they're thinking about. Because, I mean, just to have a type and then go off of that and just kill a whole bunch of people that they think are similar or that have a connection is honestly just horrifying. Yeah, I totally agree. I honestly sometimes wonder, like, how many people do you pass every day that possibly could be a serial killer and just decide that you're their type? Yeah, I think about it too. Honestly, it kind of freaks me out, but the chances of that happening are relatively low. I always just think of the effects that serial killers do have on families. Like, you've taken someone's loved one away. How do you not feel anything for that? How do you not feel any kind of emotion for that? I think it's just awful. I mean, families are just completely destroyed. Plus, I feel like someone in your family getting killed either brings your family together or tears the family apart. Either way, obviously, it's like a horrible thing that's happened to someone. I mean, I don't personally know anyone who has been murdered, but I can't imagine a family being the same after that. I mean, like, someone is just torn from your life. I don't know how any family could deal with that. Alright guys, that wraps up this podcast about abortion and serial killers. Thank you for listening to Tetradical. Tune in next week for another podcast. Thank you.